What's happening, good people? On today's segment for Who Really Cares, who really gives a crap what I have to say or what I think, we're going to be talking about modding guitars. This subject actually came up on a live stream the other night, talking about modding guitars, who should do it, why you should do it, when you should do it, should you even do it. And I kind of like go internally in my head back and forth with this, so there might be a lot of flip-flopping in this video. I figure what better way to talk about modding guitars than taking a guitar. This is the body from the Stritch DIY kit, and we wound up sending all the other extra parts off to Ron Gunner so he could use them. But yeah, we're going to do some cool little paint things with this. We're going to get on the bench and we'll talk about modding guitars. And my kind of feeling about modding guitars, is it's kind of a spoiler, is a wise man used to say, you do you, Jack. So, but let's get on the bench and we'll start talking. Modding really is everybody's personal preference. Like I said before, you do you. But do you have a whole bunch of guitars laying around? Do you have like 30 budget guitars around, that cost $200? You pump $200 worth of stuff into it. Now you have 30 guitars that $400 in value. And did you really need 300 guitars? Or could you have gotten by with half that and just gotten better guitars that maybe possibly didn't need to be modded, that could have sufficed? Or could you even gone down to a quarter and gotten some really, really excellent guitars? And sometimes people collect over years, then maybe you might amass a collection of that size. But did you really need all those guitars? Was it just the allure of having a Strat style guitar that you could pump in a whole bunch of money into it and make it somewhat good? Or were you really pining over the actual Fender model itself? Or are you really kidding yourself when saying that this guitar is better than a Gibson Les Paul? And I know I use that moniker sometimes in my thumbnail and titles and things like that. But there are definitely different categories, levels of Fender. So, for instance, our Jet over there that we just did a review on, that guitar really has some great qualities to it. And is it better than an Ultra 2? No. But the thing is just as good, I would say, in my opinion, as a Fender Player 2. But my whole thing is that go for the Jet, save the money, because a Jet is about $400. Player 2 will say is 800 for argument's sake. And then, so you save $400, now go for the Ultra when you can. You can either keep your Jet, or you could actually wind up selling it, but you saved yourself $400 by getting the Jet instead of getting the Fender Player 2. And I think it's really about your time frame and your expectations. So, if you're gonna actually go like 10 years before you could really get that really quality Fender, then honestly, I would say not go for the Jet. I would say go actually for the Fender Player 2. The Fender Player 2 is going to be more inspiring. It's going to be closer to what you're looking for. And being that you're going to be in there for the long haul, 10 years before you get that Ultra 2, I think that's the way to go. And again, this is just my opinion. But if you feel like that you're going to go for the Jet now, and then in 2 years you're going to be able to afford that Ultra, then you know what? go for the jet, because you have little out of pocket. You get something that you're going to enjoy. As far as buying a guitar and thinking you're going to mod it right away, to me, that's like, I don't know. You don't do it with anything else. You don't look for an affordable, like a $2,000 beater car that, needs an engine, needs tires. I mean, that's really what you think about when you're buying a guitar, and you're like, oh, it needs, pickups, needs new bridge, needs tires. I mean, that's really really what you're talking about here. So you're gonna buy a $2,000 car and then put $5,000 worth into it instead of just buying a car that has some most of the components that are good on it already. I don't know. It definitely seems like it's a silly concept. But a lot of times too, I think people also really try to sell themselves on bigger brands or ripping you off because you can get a cheap, affordable guitar for $200. How long is that really going to last you? Is it sourced properly? Are you really supporting a brand, or are you just supporting a single person? And are you fine with that? Because some people will, be totally cool with that, and that's up to you. And then there's always the argument that, well, they could do it at this price point. Why can't brand X do it? It's because brand X has shipping, receiving. I don't know, I mentioned this before too, but they have so much that goes into that stuff. So, but back to modding too. So when we're talking about modding guitars, are you modding something like this, a $95 guitar kit that has an okay body? Like, anybody that says that this 5-piece body is gonna hold up and be just as good as, a single slab of wood, or even, a 2-3 piece body that was sourced, that's been dried for a couple of years, you really are. I don't mean to be sounding like an asshole, but it's not going to happen. It's going to warp. And it happens to even the good stuff that from time to time. There's just things, it's wood. It was once a living, breathing thing. But I hear some people say that, like, you shouldn't even mod like expensive stuff. Like, you shouldn't buy this guitar that costs $2,000 and be like, oh, I'm going to throw a set of Seymour Duncans in it. I mean, why not? If you like Seymour Duncans, then use them. Some people just like their particular set of pickups. Always loyal to a certain brand or a certain model. So should modding be strictly reserved for the extremely budget stuff that really needs it? Or should modding only be reserved for where you just need to really fine tailor your guitar? Like, we have this Schecter over here that the community just voted on getting, that I'm sure will not be lasting long. I'm sure somebody will pick it in one of our giveaways. And I probably wouldn't do anything to it. The pickups might not be to somebody's taste. The tuners are great. The tremolo feels great. The neck feels great. Wouldn't change the tuners at all. They feel like butter.
Her first week, she was shown how the churning should be done here. After today, she would have to do the job by herself.
But somebody may not like the tuners on it, or they may not like the pickups there, or they may have their favorite pickup that they want to use. So I always say that we should really get the best guitar for us that's humanly possible. You should never have to settle. So yeah, totally. If you need to limp in and get that budget guitar, maybe do a little work to it. Sounds like a good idea. You really have to put in perspective, do you need 30 guitars or do you need 15 guitars? You could go for a little bit, you know, Sire. Some of them are like $500, $700 range. That'd be good for you. But yeah, I mean, this probably was just a mindless ramble, but hopefully, you know, it stirs up a conversation and we'll be talking about it on a live stream this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Might as well hit that subscribe button too. You can check out more of these mindless rambles and come light up the live stream. Well, she ain't pretty, but she's a mod. And yeah, I don't know if really that whole rambling made a whole bunch of sense. Maybe the paint fumes was getting to me, but hopefully it sparked some comments down below that we could also discuss during our live stream, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, appreciate you all listening to that mumble jumble, and you've all been a fantastic audience. And as always, stay tuned.